for the diaspora, for those who will be subscribing, it guarantees you a treatment of your family when you're in Tanzania. It guarantees you repatriation of your remains, or the remains of your loved one when they die. So you do away with the traditional campaign for deceased people who stay in cold rooms for 2-3 weeks because Tanzanians are trying to raise $20,000 to expatriate their remains. So this is an effort that is coming out, not directly from government, but from institutions that our embassies and our diaspora department has now advocated to them the importance of engaging the diaspora as well and having products that are user-friendly to the diaspora. Another example is the Tanzanite account, by the sense that it is necessary to have a dual nationality. It helps the diaspora where they are, and also it gives them the opportunity to come home and have the benefit of nationhood. If we are having other people come to our house, if we were able to give to the ex-Burundi refugees nationality, why not give it to our own people? This is the position of the government. But we were not very sure the parliament was as converted. And now, because we are going through a new constitution review, this is something which is going to go into our constitution. And let me reassure you, in East Africa, we are doing uniform constitutions almost. In the Kenya new constitution, there is a provision that says specifically that no Kenyan will lose his nationality simply because he acquired the nationality of another nation. And if any Kenyan were to lose his nationality in that respect, it will be restored as quickly as possible. I can see that provision word for word getting into our new constitution. But the diaspora cannot be sleeping partners and waiting for people to babysit and baby feed them. You also need to be active in advocating for this. If you do not advocacy, who will know what you're doing? Who will know you have an expertise that is good for us? Who will know I am here because there is a diaspora here who thought that to give the Swahili flagship program the publicity that is required, we need government there. It's because there is a Tanzanian diaspora here. And here we are learning about this program, and we are saying as government we're going to get involved to make sure that the program will succeed to a level that we didn't even anticipate. So you need to advocate. You go with the immigration attaché to take out passports, to do the fingerprinting and what have you. So for you, if you have children that require this kind of service, you need to at least organize yourselves 3, 4, 5, 10 people. Then muhimu sana watoto wenu wapate pasi zao. Ni haki yao. Kwa nini wasipate haki ya nchi yao? Sasa watu wengi hawajui, wanachobaki tu ni kulaumu. Bwana, wacha tu. Hawataki sisi tupate uraia, wacha tu tutakaa huko. Of people who came to Tanzania. Standard Chartered Bank recruited 2 Tanzanians and took names of others to give to other banks because they had too many good applicants and they just couldn't leave them behind. My own niece, who was working in London about 9 or 10 years ago, is now the deputy managing director of Standard Chartered of Stanbic Bank, and she is also a diaspora. So it was at some time the opportunities were not there, and others from the East African community came. We had so many Kenyans in the financial sector, in some of the private schools, and in the tourist sector, and some in the mining sector. That's no longer the case. You come home, National Bank of Commerce is a Tanzanian executive. Commercial Bank of Tanzania, Africa is Tanzania. Mimi nikienda lazima nisome, kwa sababu sikuweza kuhifadhi nyingi. Kila wakati mimi nakuwa embarrassed. Why put your child in such a situation? Why? Kwamba unakwenda pale wenzio wote wana repeat, mimi nakwenda na kitabu nasoma na nawaambia jamani mnisame hivi, msikupata nafasi wala msinicheke. Of course wengine wanakuzoea. nyooni mwao, lakini this is it. Na mimi nasema watoto wangu sitaki wapate kusafa vile. Sasa unapomwacha mwanao hajui Kiswahili, unamweka mahali pabaya sana. When the time comes, other people are fighting to learn Kiswahili. You are born into Kiswahili, you don't know Kiswahili, shame on you. Now your children. Kwa sasa in fact pale ubalozini tunataka kuanzisha Swahili hub kwa ajili ya kufundisha Kiswahili. Hatujaweza tukaweka in place what we are going to do na jinsi ya kufanya, ili watoto wetu hata wakati wa sama wajifunze Kiswahili. Na problem ni kwamba watoto kule nyumbani sasa hivi wanakwenda kwenye hizo shule za Kiingereza uchwara. Wakicheza wenyewe kwa wenyewe wanasema Kiingereza. Na wakati ukiwa na mjukuu wangu huko wanasema Kiswahili perfect. Amekwenda nyumbani ana lose Kiswahili chake. It doesn't, you can't understand ana lose vipi, only to realize cousins wake wote wanazungumza Kiswahili, Kiingereza. Wakicheza unasikia watoto wa Kiswahili wanazungumza Kiingereza. Hawazungumzi, wakienda shule wanazungumza Kiingereza. Yaani uweze this is the trend ya kujaribu ku reverse the times tulizo suffer. Lakini kuna so much effort ya watu kama wewe wa ku maintain Kiswahili kwenye ile faculty of Swahili department, kwenye ile
a resident of Bloomington and graduate of IU and a couple other universities, and I'm a long-time travel writer and interested in Tanzania, especially from travel aspect.
I'm Jackson Jao. I'm professor of geological sciences. Actually, I'm very new since last fall, and also most of my research focus on the early human story, evolution, vertebrate paleontology, archaeology, and I work mostly in northern Tanzania, especially Olduvai Gorge, Serengeti, where I do modern analog studies in order to understand the past. And also interested, most of my former position was curator of the museum, in Tanzania, National Museum of Tanzania. So also interested in the museum, aspect of the museum, curation and conservations.
My name is Julie Singer. I'm a graduate assistant with the Swahili flagship program. I minored in Swahili when I was an undergraduate at IU.
I graduated from Indiana University in international law. I'm also a PhD student. I haven't completed that program, but I already completed my coursework and did my prelim exams as well. So I hope to be able to finish my PhD in international relations at some point. But right now I work full-time as an academic advisor in the Honors College here at Indiana University. The Honors College is part of the university, but we work with the top 10% students, helping them with their honors programs, scholarships, grants, and so on. So I'm doing part of the administration of the program there and also doing academic advising.
It's in secondary school. And I came here to study policy at the School of Public and Environmental Affairs, and I've combined that with a master's in the arts of African studies. And I'm very much interested in education policy, and particularly in Tanzania as regards to language and the switch that happens between primary and secondary school.
Good.